Okay, we just got woken up at 5 a.m. This thing has an imminent shutdown. The batteries are too low. But last time I tried to plug it in to wall power, it started shooting sparks from out of here. And I just opened it up and it's extremely dirty. So let's try to blow it out. We're gonna use this vacuum to do that. We got the vacuum plugged into the Avery. What's going on, Jamie Lee Curtis? Okay, so anyways, we're let's try plugging in and see what she does.
Was the baby okay?
Yes.
Oh, good. He's sleeping?
No, he's babbling to his mobile.
Oh, good. Did you say there's sparks flying?
It's outputting 300 watts. So what it did last time was it slowly ramped up. I'm ready to shut this off if I need to. Maybe it had something to do with these other things being on and causing it to, because everything's wired kind of wrong. So it could have been backfeeding through the charge controller and causing like some kind of loop. But I don't see it doing it now. It's not just ramping up to infinitum. It might be 1800 now. We're basically charging those batteries and we're going to run out of this pretty quick. So I'm going to go start up the generator, plug the house into the generator and charge up the house. It's going to be cloudy today. Anyways, the sparks are gone. That's the good news, guys. So everything's 100% cool. Okay, let's see if we can have uninterrupted power. We're going to turn on the battery bank.
Sparks are flying out. Oh, neato.
Should hear this thing start to ramp up a little bit. I see it. So let's unplug it from here. We switched over immediately to the batteries, which is good. Now let's plug it into our generator. See what that does. The generator has rejected the whole setup. The house is running, but barely. All right, look at the clouds. I got to get a whole new system put in. Okay, quick update. It started making this thing arc out, and it started making that thing arc out. So definitely faults. I had to shut off the batteries to the house again. A second ago, it wouldn't run without the batteries. Now it's running without the batteries, but this thing was going bzzz, and this thing was going bzzz. So we've got a whole disaster on our hands here. Everything's arcing out. So this thing starts arcing out, and then I hear this thing start to arc out, and then the power goes out. So I'm having a bad time here. So what I'm going to do is I have to make the forbidden double male plug.
Oh,
The short cord with the male plug on both ends.
okay.
So that I can plug it into this extension cord and then into this wall where this thing is currently plugged in. And I need to take power. I'm going to take this thing out of the loop for now, the inverter, and let this thing charge up the house. I'm excited about the double male plug. Okay, guys, let's go into our white hangers here. Start looking for. We got to make the forbidden double male plug. I've got. Oh, we got a complete unit here. I probably have another one, but finding it is going to be a chore. I was packing everything in boxes and labeling them, and then towards the end I just started shoveling things into buckets and hauling them out here to get moved. And I said, I'll worry about it later. And, well, now it's later. And that's the problem with procrastination, is that later always seems to catch up with me. It's better than it not catching up with you, I guess, huh? I thought I was in business here, but this is a winky face. It's a 20 amp jobber. Now it looks like it might be reconfigurable, but I'm not trying to mess with that right now. We have that in case I want to go back in time and wire my house like Edison. It's the wife. There's a winky plug. I'm trying to turn it into a non-winky plug.
Where did you find that?
Just in my stuff. The problem is that yes, we can reorientate the winky, right? But it looks like this is actually a different part depending on if they're building you a winky or not, because the screw won't line up. So it has to remain a winky face.
You found your shoe?
Yeah, I just found it. We ordered another braceability shoe. And it was up in that box up there. Remember I said it was up in a shelf somewhere? I said, I thought that's an odd place. I need to remember that. Well, I didn't remember it.
You're not gonna be allowed to pull out that plug on YouTube.
I'll pull out any plug I want, winky or not. Do you know where I have a section of Romex or any other heavy cord?
What's Romex? Anyways, great.
That cord.
That's a little bit mouse poopy over there. I don't want to take the baby over there.
Well, then don't.
Well, then don't.
I've got a shoe and 2 plugs. How can I fix the house? This crate is falling in. I don't know why the crates are falling in. The lids are... These crates were like super sturdy for the whole time I had my business, from 2007 to a year ago. And now they're completely giving up the ghost all at once.
Now that you need it.
Oh, look, here's a male plug. So I don't even have to mess with Winky. Let me take Winky out of my pocket.
No.
Let me show you something. Look at that.
Blur it.
Blur it. Look at that. Like a pristine, early generation Ryobi. Look how long they were back then.
Wow.
Hey. And I've got an extension cord whose ends wore out. And I've got some MC4 or MC cable, and then I've got some 10 gauge extension cord whose ends wore out. 12 gauge Romex. Probably could just cut a section of this right here. We know that's beefy enough. I cut off one of the sections of this cord here. Absolutely pristine. This cord has been with me since I was 19 or 20. But, you know, over the years, stuff has happened to it. It got cut in half by something. Something fell on it or something, but I kept it. Just keep all this stuff. And that red wire is 14 gauge, so I couldn't use that. But all this stuff is handy. And this is still beautiful cord. And probably $200 for 100 feet of this now. And it was like 60 bucks back in the day. And it's got one male end in it. I got to take it apart and inspect it. But, I mean, you can see the wear just from this. And this isn't even its factory end. This is a, this is either an old Harbor Freight or Home Depot 10 gauge extension cord. And it's had several ends on it. And even this one's worn out. Okay, I remember why I never fixed this cord is because you can't fit the cord into any of these ends. You need to order a 20 amp or something else. Anyways, I did the deed with this. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but look at it. Now, these used to be illegal, but the Supreme Court just upheld again that I can indeed marry these two. So we've got our dreaded male-to-male power cord that is somewhat dangerous. But if we plug it into the house outlet and then into the generator, it shouldn't be so bad.
Tip to tip, we just barely touched. That tiny spark got me wanting too much. Tip to tip, where the shiver begins. We stay right there on the edge of giving in.
So So let's plug the inverter, unplug the inverter from the wall. Okay, this actually powers it through that. So let's shut down our inverter. Make sure that's off. Let's shut this off. So inverter is completely unpowered now. Now this step of whether or not this thing is dangerous is important. So we're gonna plug this back into the wall where it was plugged in. Our generator is outside running. So we're gonna plug our generator into this. So let's see if that works. Okay, guys, the house itself has a ground fault of some sort and keeps tripping both of my GFCIs. Now I would just plug it into here, but I need to get an adapter for that. Let's find out what circuit has a ground fault. So this cord maybe. Okay, I switched off all the breakers. I plugged it in, it tripped both GFCIs. I plugged in one, then the other. So the house itself has a ground fault with all the breakers shut off. So let's go shut off more breakers.
What's popping?
Okay, so here's, ooh, do you hear that?
No.
Like that, okay. So there's something amiss here. There's a ground fault of some sort. And I've got it running, the house is running off the AFRI right now. But it really shouldn't be because there's some kind of ground fault. It keeps tripping the breakers. It's causing this thing to arc out. It's causing this to arc out. I don't know what it is, so let's pop this open and see if we can find out what's going on. Let's cut power to the house. So we'll pull this plug here. We've got the double male going into this. So now the house does not have power. So there's no power going into the house.
We're gonna take the whole thing off, huh? I like how there was not all the screws on this panel either.
No, you don't need them all. Just need 2 out of 3 bad.
Do not do anything crazy and die, okay?
Well, there's no power going into the house.
I don't care.
Oh, hang on. Let's pull this off. Right over here. Do you see this? He already had the forbidden double male cord here.
Oh, okay.
And what he was doing is when this is plugged in, it's connecting power from here to here, which gives 120 volts to these, what he calls the 12 volt circuits.
Okay.
So then those become 120. And a lot of our houses plugged into the 12 volt outlets, which were just 120 outlets. He had powered with 12 volts through here. So this has to be jumped here. Okay, this is double tapped off this breaker. This breaker's not connected to anything. Let's see if any of these breakers are warm. Okay. I keep hearing like a bzz over here.
Has anyone else witnessed this sound you're hearing?
Okay, look here. Here's one hot leg. Here's the other hot leg. Look how much bigger this one is than that. So here's the neutral leg. So he's got, this is actually his neutral. And that's running down here, going over there somewhere. If these were lined up, every other hole lined up, then they would be all on this leg. But instead he's got half of them on this leg. And let's see where this wire is going. Okay, so half the panel is being powered by this leg right here. Right? Mm-hmm. And how it's doing it is it's got a neutral, it's a stranded neutral going into here and here. Okay, now the other half of the panel, which could explain why half the stuff in the house doesn't work. After the half of the panel is powered by this and this. So that goes into this hole. See how there's no, look at this, there's no any kind of pass-through protection at all. So the wires are just wedged up against the metal.
Yeah. Against the edge there.
No grommet, no strain relief, no nothing. Oh, look up here. The wires are going through this.
Oh, goodness. I see it.
With no grommet. Do you see that?
I see it.
I wonder if that's where we're getting our zapping noise.
Oh.
This is 100% got to come out. There's nothing here that's salvageable.
On a quick side note,
This breaker won't have to do anything.
Have
Just
you-
took this out.
have you talked about the outlet that healed in the living room?
No, but let's not talk about that. Is it? Oh my god. So half of these are on one leg and half are on the other. let's try switching off the main.
Oh, it just popped right off.
We'll switch off the let's switch off the main, and let's try running the generator. This is worse than I ever imagined. The solar, all this stuff should be junked out, and I think we have to start fresh with like $20,000 worth of stuff, unfortunately. And the other thing I may have to do is run these extension cords over to the fridge and the freezer.
Yeah, we're about out of time with that.
Yeah, especially the fridge. Running out and doing crazy things when...
Do it, pan up. What up?
Okay, here's what's going on, guys. We've had 4 hours of sleep last night, so it's a good time to get into the electrical. The house this morning went haywire, and I keep hearing shorts in this. And if I plug the generator into it, it trips its GFCI. And if I plug one of the power stations into it, you hear an arcing sound within the power station. So I don't know how long that's going to be good for. So we opened up this, and let me show you something here. So here's our panel. And if you notice the right leg, so normally you have 120 volts here and 120 volts here. Normally you don't want to touch these. But, so that gives you 240 volt if you grab these two legs. And if you look at these metal brackets, they snake in every other slot. So if you put a double breaker, you get 240. But anyways, how he's done it is he's got 120 volts coming from this leg here, and here's his ground, right? So this is his neutral, which is black. It should have white tape on it since he's reassigning it, but it didn't. This one here is his hot coming from the inverter leg. So the whole time the house has been running off these two little wires here. So this is hot and this is hot, and these are stranded, and they're coming down. So let's see where they're going. They're going to this gray wire here. So there's a gray piece of Romex looking stuff here running along, and here it goes, and then there it goes out through the box with no grommet or any kind of pass through to go through the box. So that's going out this way, and I bet you it goes to this top of this outlet, because this is where the male plug of the inverter was plugged in. Here we have a double male outlet here, and they're bridging the power, and it's powering the 12 volt system. So this is 12 volt service only, but it's now been repowered at 110 volt. So, and you look at, these are all AC breakers anyways. So that's what's going on with the house. I need to figure out where this is being supplied from, if it's being supplied also by this or not. So let's pop this open real quick.
Pop it.
You're not allowed to hang out, to have this in the room. I don't want to catch you with that.
The double nail.
Yeah. Oh, look at the other two screws for the panel were just...
Oh, look, just underneath it.
They're underneath it.
That's
So not lost at all.
just purposely didn't use them.
Probably vents out
Had them, but I didn't want to.
probably vents out the bottom a little bit.
I'm starting to think that there was like just a very strange OCD kind of thing going on.
Yeah, but he hates like
Like you couldn't use all the screws for anyone.
the opposite of perfection.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a gray Romex going up here, okay?
Okay, we'll trust you.
Okay, the gray Romex is here, and it's here, and it's feeding. Okay, and the other lead is up here. Okay, so it's this whole sub panel's being fed by the top half of this outlet. Okay, so that mystery is solved. Now, what's feeding the bottom half of this outlet? Maverick's being bad. That's why we didn't get to sleep.
Well, you got more than 4 hours.
Well, I maybe got 5.5 or something. It wasn't a lot. Well, I don't have boobs, so I get to sleep a little bit more.
Your nipples don't produce anything.
Useless.
Nothing exciting.
They don't produce anything useful. What you want, they ain't producing. What they producing, you ain't wanting. So, you know that monkey sealant that we use all the time? Mm-hmm. That's where I get that.
You make that?
Yeah, I make that.
That's why it comes in that weird wrapper.
Yeah, that homemade looking wrapper. Okay, so this has been separated. Look, snipped and snipped here. See that? So top and bottom are two separate things. So I don't know what the bottom is.
I'm sure glad it's labeled or.
It's not.
I know.
Okay, so the top here is double tapped. So we got power. This is definitely this one. Okay, so this is feeding the top and it's going into our gray. Yeah, so this is our gray. Okay, so the power essentially comes straight from the top of here, through your gray, and into this side. This would explain. So if you look, these are labeled generator. Generator back room, generator living room, generator. So that explains, these half being run off the generator explains why half the outlets, literally half the outlets in the house don't work.
Okay, so what does this switch do? Does that matter right now?
This switch, I don't know what that does. Let's not matter with that right now.
Okay.
So we're gonna be bypassing some of this. Let's think about that for a second. So we won't be able to just cut the gray. We'll have to repurpose the gray to feed this branch up here, probably. Okay, so, here's what's fun, guys. We have these heavy leads that went out to his generator. And they go through here, no grommet or anything, no pass through. But let's go see if we can find out where they go. Are you excited? Here, follow me. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go on a little adventure. Okay, so we're out back here. And then this cabinet.
Oh.
This cabinet here. Okay.
Oh.
So right here, I actually think we have literal bugs in the system is part of our problem. Okay, here's those heavy wires. See them?
Yeah.
That was feeding that panel. They actually plug into an outlet here. See this?
Let's see it.
With a male outlet. Okay, so it goes into this female plug. Then coming out of here, small wires. See this? Which then go to big wires, which then go underground. Do you see here? So we're going underground along with a couple of control wires that would start and stop the generator. So let's close this. Come on, we're not done yet. I like that we put a new wire to close the fence, but we didn't remove the old wire.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
Hey, Sparkies.
It's all right. They go away sometimes.
So
this is
we
where
were
the-
over there.
Yeah.
That's the box.
And it had a plastic
And
pipe.
now we're here.
And it comes over to here, right? Barely buried.
Perfect.
You want to be barely buried. And then we use the ground wire to keep the box shut. Here, see this? So we'll open this box.
Why not? Okay.
And in here,
More spiders.
here comes our major wire, comes sticking out of the ground, and it twists around. See it? The major wire twists around. It goes in the shop here. So let's see where that goes. This is Dwight's computer wire.
Shop is one kind of definition for this.
Yeah. Okay, so this. Okay, we've been throwing our trash in here, our dry trash. We throw it in here until we go to the dump, but so it doesn't blow over the property. But so.
Careful. There's some gooey snakes and stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hurt any snakes. Okay, the major wire is coming through there and it's running along the floor here. Okay, so here's our major wire.
Okay, I'm gonna take the long way.
Major wire is going here. Here it is, still there, major wire. Okay. Oh, there it is. Here's the end of that wire that may or may not be live
Cool.
when the house is energized. Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you, where is that live wire touching that box now?
No, it's not gonna be live anymore.
Okay. Where is that where our cord from the dishwasher came from?
No, our cord of the dishwasher went to that one and went this way with that repair there, right there. And then went over to here. Oh, here it is. And went over to here and fought along and went along that same way. Let's go get the house back in power before it gets dark.
Okay, and when we bring the house back in power, that thing is not going to catch anything on fire?
No, because we're going to disconnect all that.
Okay.
We're going to check the power on this later, but I'm going to tuck it here for
The
now
land provides the power.
and take us away. Well, I don't want it to give it directly to me.
Yeah.
So let's go.
The land provides socks as well.
None of this right here is helping us. So let's take this stuff out. Hang on, let's see if any of this was loose first. That one was loose as hell. But that's not the neutral we're using. We're using this neutral, which is pretty lame. So well, that's tight. Some would say overly so. Now, none of this is right, and nothing what we're about to do is right either, but we got to get the house back in power.
But is it less wrong?
It's less wrong. This is what's been feeding the house up until now. Look at where it's tapped into the ground here, or to the neutral. It's right here. Real janky like. Probably got 3 strands in there. The generator did not appreciate any of this. Where's my ground?
Don't need it.
Okay, so what we want to do is if these circuits are going to work, and we do use some of these circuits, we have to refeed this. This all needs to be gutted, just to be clear. 100% gutted. This is meant to be our service ground right here. It's going into this top of here. That's meant to be our service ground. So hopefully that's grounded. Let's cut these and cap them. It's kind of fun figuring out the puzzle, but it's kind of not fun because you don't have power. We haven't had power for hours. The refrigerator and the freezer is running off of the power stations. So let's just cap these. Oh, these aren't quite big enough. You have to get bigger wire nuts. Okay, that's out of the way. You're just gonna stick this in here like that. Tighten that up. I'm actually making this system quite a bit safer than it was. You'll see. You'll see. Okay. Now this thing, he's actually got some protection. This sub panel will be fed by this one with a 20 amp service. Okay, so there takes care of the grays. Now we need to get power in the top of this over to our inverter. So let's go ahead and trash this cord here. Let's remove this cord so we can get to the back cord. Okay, remember that was the order. It was hot, neutral, ground. Neutral in the middle, hot on the right. Let's take out our strain relief. We'll just do this. That looks good, like that. Now let's take out this.
The whole house seems to be vibrating from you doing that for some reason.
The wife is pretty tired, guys. Okay, let's cut a little bit of this.
Cut towards your wife.
Save your life, cut towards your wife. 12 gauge, so here we go.
Hit me.
My wife's a problem. So hot on the right, neutral in the middle. Right?
Ew, gum.
Oh, need some kind of glue holding that plug in.
Direct
Okay, so one of the things I noticed was he had this hot on the right on both of these. This one and that back one, neutral in the middle and ground over here. Well, when I was looking, I went ahead and popped open the whole thing, which was unnecessary, but when I was looking at my center wire, I looked over and it went to the circuit breaker, and the circuit breaker is usually hot. So I finally found the guide. I was having a hard time. So it's ground, load, or live neutral. Ground, live, neutral. And he had the neutral in the middle and the hot. So he switched to hot and neutral. I'm going to redo my wire because I was copying him. But I decided to double check, and that's what's been causing our ground faults, is he swapped the ground to neutrals. And by the time it gets over here, I don't even know how it worked at all. Except for like on solar, this thing's completely ungrounded. So, all right, I'm going to fix that and see if that fixes quite a bit. I think it will. Are you surprised that the hot and neutral in the house were reversed?
No.
Look up her skirt a little bit here.
No.
I have to. You've got your double male plugs. Let me have my thing. Yeah, I can't wait to get this fixed, guys, because we've been leaking power into the ground. Because I would hear bzz, bzz, so we're leaking power into the ground. Probably going to save quite a bit of power. Mm-hmm. I'll bet you that's why we have all these friggin' ants. Well, we have tons of ant hills outside, and I think they're drawn.
That's how you get ants.
I think they're drawn to it. Like, they don't even know why they want to be around here. I don't even know what they're eating. Well, this, I guess. Now, you're not supposed to use insulated screwdrivers for electrical work, but sometimes I do. Hang on. We don't want this to look stupid. Save your life, cut towards your wife. Not allowed to hurt your wife unless it's an accident.
Have you ever thought about wire wrapping jewelry?
No. Never once have I thought about that. Okay, remind you guys, none of this is right. It's just right now.
And that makes it okay.
Here's a triple connector. These are good for 30 amps, 32 amps. So look, we need to run that and that. So let's cut this here.
Like Edward Scissorhands with the wires.
Okay, we'll go here.
Safety squints.
When I get done, you'll see that the wire has not been cut. Stick our wire nut. I want to make sure that we're hitting the back. See that? Mm-hmm. But our insulation is not in our metal sewn. See that? Mm-hmm. So we'll close our middle one. This one in here. And we'll stick this one in here. The reason why these lugs are so big is they're meant for wires like 10 times bigger than these. But they're also meant to be served with 240 volts at like 200 amps. So we're feeding it with 110 at 20 amps. So it's a different.
So it's okay.
It's a different animal. Well, it's okay. It's okay for now. All right. So it's actually all we're doing now is actually a hell of a lot better than it was just a little while ago. I keep saying that. Turn it on and see if there's a fire.
Oh.
Just kidding. Turn the propane off. Just kidding.
So if there is a fire, you can just turn it off?
Yeah. Turn off the fire.
Is it the kind of fire like where a fire extinguisher doesn't do anything?
No, it'll do stuff. Spray that white stuff all over the place.
Should we unbox our fire extinguisher?
If there's a fire, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here.
Okay.
All these connections are good, and our Wago is good. Let's turn on the inverter for just a second.
I'm gonna stand over here. Oh.
Okay. Now let's flip it on. Let's turn this on for just a second. See if we fault out.
I didn't care for that face when you did that.
That's my might have to run away face. Okay, let's turn on load. Okay, we got a 27 watt load of some sort there. Let's turn this one with 44 watts.
Oh, stove's clicking. Why is the stove just on?
Stove's on. Holy shit. Somebody turn on the stove?
It was just bumped a little bit.
All right. Okay, so slowly turn things on so that the stove was slightly on. Who did that? Okay, we're bringing up some loads. I don't hear any arcing or anything weird.
Let's turn out the humidifier.
Ooh, that was a big one.
What was
Oh,
that?
that one is.
What's this label say? It's rubbed off. Perfect.
That's a big one. It's a kilowatt. Went down to nothing. You know what it was? Is a printer. One of those stupid printers that use like a ton of power at first. Okay, those are all on. I know you're going to be sad, but we're going to sacrifice the double male cord. You be sad about that?
No.
She's upset because we're cutting the double male cord.
He's sleeping. Yes. No.
Okay.
The focus. Concentration. The posture.
Shut up. Okay. They're shutting up now.
Can I just guide it?
Usually do. Yes. I think that Kylie's the victim of weirdness. Because I've got it all wrong. So we're sniffing maybe because I smell like the dirt. Now we've got this. So what I'm gonna do, don't do that. That's very bad. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's go start up the generator. You wanna go run through the rain? Let's go.
Perfect.
Ugh.
Just what I always wanted, actually. I'm melting. No!
It shows AC power input, see it?
Okay.
Okay, we lost our AC power input again. We're still getting ground fault. It could be that it won't allow me to run a GFCI into this thing. Like I need to put an adapter on the generator and run a non-GFI. You know what I'm getting at? Mm. That says positive to the left there, and that says negative to the right. But here's the positive. See that? Mm. Let's check the voltage. Let's see if they've wired up the batteries backwards. How the hell did this system work? Okay, let's use our meter here. And let's put this on positive, negative, and see what we get. So I'm getting negative 48 volts. So that's hooked up to the battery somewhat correctly.
What's in there? Wires.
Yeah, these are the wires from the batteries coming in. So let's check that. Put this here. So that is my positive down there, okay?
What?
Okay, so disconnecting this ground, see it? Worked, because we're plugged into the GFCI on the generator. And the problem is, this is creating its own ground neutral bond, and so is the generator. Well, if this is creating its own ground neutral bond, it's sending back some of the current through the ground, and the generator's unhappy about it. So I disconnected that. That fixed that. But here's the problem. This thing wants to draw 30 amps from the generator, and the 110 volt plugs on the generator are only good for 20 amps. It's gonna trip a breaker. So let's go see what we did out there. Let's go.
We said a bunch of garbly goop.
Been at this since 5 a.m. this morning, but we got enough stuff figured out. Okay, we took our cord from our well, our twist lock, and I stuck it on this cord. And this cord is a 10 gauge cord, but it's meant for 120 volt. And I hooked it up. So this is ground, this is neutral, and each one of these is hot. So I only hooked it up to one hot and one neutral. So anyways, but this is good for 30 amps. See this? So that's gonna give us 120 volts at 30 amps. So let's plug this back in. And then start the generator. Okay, let's go in the house. So everybody's winded, that's good. We have excellent cardio around here. We ran about 15 feet and everybody's winded. So we're gonna go in here. Jamie Lee Curtis has the baby. Okay, so, here, hold this for a second. Jamie Lee Curtis is filming everybody. So we're gonna plug this together. Okay, now let me just grab this for 1 second. Okay, so we got power coming in. So there's our AC inlet and it's going towards the house. The house is not on currently. We have no loads on. So it should start charging its battery. There it goes. And let's see how much amperage. So this was pulling 30 amps and that's why I had to use the twist lock. Okay, so 30 amps there. Now let's see if our battery is charging. Our batteries are climbing. So anyways, we're charging our batteries. Finally, we got everything working. These loads were switched, the hot, neutral. So the house is on. And I wonder if as a bonus, because we connected both sides of the panel, let's see if we have power in these outlets, guys. We've never had power in these outlets before. Hang on, I never had power in any of these. Look at, we got power in the laundry room now. Hang on. We got power in the laundry room as a bonus, and I'll show you why, guys, is because this was split so that this half of the panel was inverter and this half was generator.
No, you don't want that.
Now we have both sides connected with a single lever lock. Wago. Good job, Wago. Okay, so let's go in here and see if we got power in the bathroom. We've never had power in the bathroom. Power in the bathroom, babe.
Wow.
So the whole house has power now, guys. So that was a little bonus. I mean, look at all the extension cords we have running all over the place. The whole house has extension cords throughout it. And now, so this will probably be a little blessing in disguise. So now we can use the generator to charge the batteries. So on cloudy days, we don't have to be completely dead. So anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna button everything up. Have a good one. Like this, I'm using one set of windings for the 30 amp plug and one set of windings for the 20 amp plug here. So I'm actually connected to the right hot here, which is this one, and the left hot here. So now I'm balanced. Now I can pull even more watts out of the generator without overloading one of the set of windings. Okay, guys, learned a lot today. Hope you did too. There's Jamie Lee Curtis. You guys didn't know Jamie Lee Curtis was also my mother. But, all right, so this is actually hooked up a lot better, a lot safer. May not look it, but it is better. I can actually replace this with just some lever nuts, and I probably will. But I did enough today. All right, let's hook the generator back up, and let's charge all our stuff. I'll catch you later. Didn't take the kiddo long to adapt to the couch. He's got his remote, or his Snuggie, or his duck. I don't know why you have your boots on the couch. I don't know if he thinks he's Rick James or something, but
Yeah. Slow down. Let it build, let it rise. I can feel it in your eyes. Small space between your breath and mine. 1 inch from crossing that line. Yeah. Every heartbeat louder, every second thick. You brush a little closer. We're right there on the brink. Tip to tip, we just barely touch. That tiny spark got me wanting too much. Tip to tip, where the shiver begins. We stay right there on the edge of giving.